you don't know that much when you're 10. And especially since he never went to school. I mean, he had a wise tree that raised him, but you don't know much about yourself at really. You can know a lot about yourself at any age, but you don't really know yourself until much later in life. But he's taking off, and he's a man now, and I'm sure he doesn't know much about the world. The world of Hyrule is still very new to him. He doesn't, I don't know, I just get this really strong sense of confusion from him and loss. Like, what do I do? Where am I? Who am I? What is going on? But he has to save everyone, because his whole world, this whole world that he's still discovering, is in danger, and they're calling out for him because he is the chosen one, as cliche as that is. His parents, before they had passed for whatever reason, had given him the power of courage, which is a gift from the three goddesses that created the world of Hyrule. There is Din, the goddess of power, Nehru, the goddess of wisdom, and Furore, the goddess of courage. And after they created Hyrule, they left pieces of their power behind for their creations to use to run the world, and that was the Triforce. And the Triforce of power is being used for evil ways, and it's up to Link to use his gift of courage to stand up to him and fight him and to bring order back to Hyrule. So he's got all this responsibility to save this world that he doesn't really know anything about yet, and a world that's kind of mocked him even. And it's an incredible strain, a frustration of battle of raw emotions that I see going on with him, even though he never talks. I know, he never talks. You never see even written dialogue that he says. You never hear him. He does not talk. But as I said, I look into this so much further than any normal person would, and I see all of this going on with him. All this confusion and loss, and just so many intense raw emotions. And as a side note, my favorite part of Twilight Princess, which is basically a sequel to Ocarina of Time, was that you actually saw much more facial expression in him. Even though he still did not talk, you definitely got more of a sense of what he was feeling at that moment. You didn't really have that in Ocarina of Time. You'd have the shocked face, the turning around, what's that, suspicious face, and kind of a PO'd face. But that was really it. So I had to use my imagination and fill in all the emotional gaps. But that's why I love this story so much. It's a mixture of fantasy, of course, of, fiction with goddesses and creating this world that doesn't really exist, and magic. I don't know. I play that game following Link's story, how he develops throughout the story, and he meets all these people. And another great thing that I love about Ocarina of Time is there's so much culture in it. There's Kakariko Village full of just normal people living their lives. There are Hylians, there are the Kokori, there are the Gorons, the Zoras, and the Gerudos, which is the thief tribe. There are just so many characters and so many races and cultures going on. I really, really fell into the fact that this was a whole other world. This was another world. It wasn't just a place that you escaped to. There is so much going on. This place is real. There are different cultures and races and laws and morals and just so many things going on that it just seemed like a real world. Like it was really thought out and created by these goddesses. And I don't know, I believed this game when I played it. I really did. And I am completely and utterly in love with that story. And I always will be. I mean, I've played that game 8 times at least, all the way through. And I haven't played it in years, but I still talk about it with such a passion to people. I get all hyped up when people say that they're a Zelda fan, and I could talk about Zelda for hours. Trust me. I love it so, so much. I hope to someday get a tribute tattoo on me, because it is so much more, obviously, than just a game to me. It is my greatest passion. That story. And I hope to someday pay it the tribute it deserves. I hope to pay it justice someday with permanent ink on me. Even though that will never really be enough for me to give it justice. All the things I buy with the logo on it to pay Nintendo or Miyamoto or whoever gets it, to say thank you. It's just, it'll never be enough. My videos will never be enough. I just cannot express to you enough how much this game, this story, means to me. And I hope this video gives you some kind of idea, but no one will ever really know.